I was having the worst day of my life. First, I was late to work because my alarm didn't go off. Then, I spilled coffee on my favorite blouse. And now, as I stood in the middle of the bustling train station, I realized my wallet was missing. Panic set in as I rummaged through my bag. No wallet, no money, no ID. Just as I was about to cry, a voice interrupted my thoughts.
Is this yours?
Oh my God, yes. Thank you so much. I thought I'd lost it forever.
No problem. I found it on the bench over there. You should be more careful.
I nodded, feeling both embarrassed and grateful. I'm Emma, by the way.
I'm Jake.
A week later, Jake and I were sitting in a cozy cafe sipping lattes and laughing over our shared love of bad puns. So what do you do for work?
Oh, just boring office stuff. Nothing exciting.
Office stuff? Like accounting?
Something like that.
I wanted to press further, but the way he looked at me made me forget my questions. His eyes were so intense, like he could see straight into my soul. As we left the cafe, I noticed a sleek black car waiting at the curb.
My Uber's here. See you soon, Emma.
My mind racing. Since when do Ubers have chauffeurs? A few weeks later, Jake offered to help me find a new apartment after my landlord raised the rent.
I know a great place. It's in a nice neighborhood, and the rent is surprisingly affordable.
I was skeptical, but decided to trust him. When we arrived at the building, my jaw dropped. It was a modern high-rise with a doorman and a sparkling lobby. Jake, this is way out of my budget.
Don't worry, the owner's a friend. He's giving you a discount.
What kind of friend gives a 90% discount?
A very generous one.
I moved in, but the nagging feeling that something was off lingered. When Jake suggested a weekend getaway, I imagined a cozy cabin in the woods. Instead, we ended up at a private airport. Is this a joke?
Relax. I won a contest. Free flight.
What kind of contest gives you a private jet?
The kind I enter.
As we soared above the clouds, I couldn't shake the feeling that Jake was hiding something. One evening, I overheard Jake talking on the phone.
Yes, transfer the funds. And make sure the board doesn't find out.
Funds? Board? I overheard the call you were making earlier today. Who was that?
Oh, just my boss. Work stuff.
Since when do you work for a company with a board?
Since I got promoted? Didn't I tell you?
I wasn't convinced. Jake surprised me one evening with tickets to a charity gala.
I won them in a raffle.
Since when do raffles give out tickets to black tie events?
Lucky streak, I guess.
At the gala, I felt like Cinderella. The ballroom was breathtaking, filled with chandeliers and elegantly dressed guests. But what struck me most was how everyone seemed to know Jake. The host exclaimed, shaking Jake's hand.
Mr. Thompson, so glad you could make it.
Mr. Thompson?
Oh, that's just a nickname. Inside joke.
One lazy Sunday morning, I noticed a glint of silver on Jake's wrist. Is that a Rolex?
Oh, this? It's a fake. I got it online for like $20.
It looks pretty real to me.
Well, they make good fakes these days.
But as I looked closer, I couldn't shake the feeling that it was genuine. While helping Jake clean his apartment one weekend, I stumbled upon a hidden safe behind a painting. What's this?
Oh, that's just for important documents. Passports, stuff like that.
Why do you need a safe for passports?
You can never be too careful.
I wanted to press further, but he quickly changed the subject. Jake invited me to dinner with his parents, and I was nervous. Meeting the parents was a big step after all. When we arrived at their house, my jaw dropped. It wasn't a house. It was a mansion. Your parents live here?
Yeah, they're house-sitting for a friend.
Who house-sits a mansion?
Rich people have weird friends.
During dinner, his parents were warm and welcoming, but I couldn't help but notice how they avoided certain topics like Jake's job. One rainy evening, Jake offered to drive me home.
I called a car.
I expected an Uber, but instead, a sleek black limo pulled up. Jake?
Oh, it's just a fancy Uber.
Since when do Ubers have limos? Jake went on a business trip and returned with a suitcase full of designer clothes. What's all this?
Oh, just souvenirs.
Souvenirs? From where? Rodeo Drive?
Something like that.
I stumbled upon a receipt in Jake's apartment for a $50,000 donation to a charity. Jake, what's this?
Oh, that's just a typo. It was supposed to be $50.
A typo? For $50,000?
Mistakes happen.
Jake surprised me with a home-cooked meal, but when I walked into his kitchen, I found a private chef preparing dinner. Jake, who was that man I saw in the kitchen?
Oh, he's just a friend.
A friend who happens to be a professional chef?
I have talented friends.
I noticed a painting in Jake's apartment that looked suspiciously like a Picasso. Is that real?
Of course not. It's a print.
But as I looked closer, I couldn't shake the feeling that it was genuine. Jake took me on a date to a yacht, claiming it belonged to a friend. What kind of friend owns a yacht?
A very generous one.
As we sailed into the sunset, I couldn't help but wonder who Jake really was. I found a business card in Jake's jacket pocket that read, Jake Thompson, CEO of Thompson Enterprises. My heart raced as I confronted him. Jake, what is this?
Emma, I can explain.
You'd better start talking, Jake. Because right now, I don't even know who you are.
Please, just let me explain.
Okay, I'm listening.
Not here, please. Let's go get some air.
One evening, as we sat on the rooftop of my apartment, I finally confronted him. Jake, who are you really?
I wanted to tell you sooner, but I was afraid you'd treat me differently.
Tell me what?
I'm not just a regular guy. I'm the CEO of Thompson Enterprises.
You're a millionaire?
I didn't want you to love me for my money. I wanted you to love me for me.
You idiot. I do love you for you.
I love you too, Emma. More than anything.
And as we watched the sunset, I realized that true love wasn't about money. It was about trust, honesty, and the courage to be yourself.
Did you enjoy the video? If you enjoyed the story, hit subscribe and turn the notification bell so you will never miss a new video. Drop the comment to let us know what you think. Thanks for watching and see you in the next post.